Howdy, y'all. My name is Grayson Kelly. I'm the Associate Youth Minister here at First McKinney. Thank you so much for stopping by for our little daily Devo. Make sure you stay all the way till the end, because at the very end, we're going to give you a little tip to where the treasure show might be. So we'll get to that in a little bit. What I want to do first is I want to give a shameless plug to my uncle, one of my mentors, who sent me this book not too long ago. It's called The Red Sea Rules. It's a really cool Devo that completely breaks down Exodus 14. Exodus 14 is Moses and the Red Sea. For those of you who don't know, that is the story of Moses leading the Israelite people out of Egypt, out of slavery, and then God leads them to a spot between an army and the Red Sea. One difficult thing in the front, another impossible thing in the back. People are freaking out at this point. They have nowhere to go. They are begging Moses to go back into slavery. But Moses looks to God and says, okay, what do we do? God says, I'm going to take care of it. You can't do anything. God leads them into an impossible situation so that he may display his glory. So Moses, in obedience, turns towards the sea, raises his hands, and the Red Sea splits in two, creating a highway for the Israelites to come through. It's an amazing story. I really encourage you to go look it up. Again, it's Exodus 14. Read the whole Exodus story. It's an amazing work of how God, it's an amazing work and recountances of how God liberated those people and his just amazing power. I really encourage you to go look at that. But this book goes specifically into that Red Sea. It breaks it down into 10 things that we can learn from what goes on during the story. I really encourage you to pick it up. Now, the first chapter is all about, and something that we could take right now, God has put us in the situation that we are in right now. That's the first thing it says. Realize that God has put you exactly where you are. It starts with that first verse in chapter 14. The Lord said to Moses, tell the Israelites to turn back and encamp near, insert town here, and between, another town here, and the sea. They are to encamp by the sea directly opposite to Baal-Zepon. That's why I didn't pronounce the cities. So, God tells them to encamp exactly where they're supposed to be, in an impossible place. God knew they would be cornered there. Now, why do I talk about this now? Why is this helpful to us? It's to remember that God knows exactly where we are. God has placed us in this time right now. In the time of COVID, in the time of where some of us are locked in our house, some of us are encountering sickness, some of us are encountering loss of employment, some of us are encountering all kinds of issues, any of it. You name it, God knows that you are there. But why? A lot of times we struggle with the why. Why is this happening? We as Christians know that God has placed us there for a reason so that we can be a part of what he will glorify himself in. That's what we're there for. We're there so he may be glorified. The book puts it, if you'll give me a second to find it. The book says, when you are in a difficult place, realize that the Lord has either placed you there or allowed you to be there for reasons perhaps known only to himself. Maybe it's for you to grow as a Christian. Maybe it's for him just to be glorified. Maybe we just don't know. Maybe we won't know till we get to the other side of heaven. God is in complete control. God led the Israelites to the point that they were at so that he may be glorified when he saved them and let them walk through an ocean. He split a body of water in two so that they could walk on the ground of it. That wouldn't have happened if there wasn't an emergency. That wouldn't have happened if there wasn't a difficult time. If they weren't being pursued by an army, they would have just walked around. If they would have had options to either side that they could just run around and run away from, they wouldn't have had to cross through the ocean. They were put in an impossible situation so that God could be glorified in that. we are in a difficult situation. We are in between a rock and a hard place almost at every turn. So I encourage you, if you want to, pick up this book and look at the other reasons the other rules and the other suggestions that Exodus 14 points out that we can do when we enter rough times, because there's 9 more things. I think they are, if they will allow me to read them to you. 1, realize that God means for you to be where you are. 2, be more concerned with God's glory than your relief. 3, acknowledge the enemy, but keep your eyes on the Lord. 4, pray. 5, stay calm and confident and give God time to work. 6, when unsure, take the next logical step of faith. 7, envision God's enveloping presence. 8, trust God to deliver in His own unique way. 9, view your current risk as a faith builder for the future. And 10, don't forget to give Him praise. Those are all really great steps that I'm really encouraged to get into more so. And even if you don't want to get the book, like I said, shameless plug, but that's not exactly what I want you to do. I want you to read this story. Read Exodus 14 and look at the way that God saved these people in a difficult time. And then remember a God that is faithful and a God that has done this, that can part seas, can help you with whatever you're dealing with. Whether it's the anxiety of being locked in the house, whether it's, you name it. Whether it's you're missing your friends, or whether you're not able to find a job, you don't know how you're going to provide for the next thing. Remember that God shows up in impossible situations and provides for His children. Thank y'all so much for stopping by today. I really encourage you to look further into it. Don't just stop with one Devo. Have God speak to you so that He can tell you as much as you need to know for the situation that you're in. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a great day. Check out this hint from the treasure troll.
The secret hiding spot that I chose this year is not a place that you need to fear.